Every Steve down in Minecraft liked Christmas a lot. But DarkDriven, who lived just north of Mineville, did not. DarkDriven hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be that the nether doesn't have quite enough light. It could be, perhaps, that his cloak was too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his cloak or his greaves, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Steves, staring down from his cave with a sour, evil frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Steve down in Mineville beneath was busy now hanging a bright rosy wreath.
And they're hanging their maps,
he snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here.
Then he growled with his hands, nervously drumming.
I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming.
For tomorrow, he knew, they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Steve down in Minecraft, the tall and the small, would stand close together, with silver bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Steves would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more DarkDriven thought of the Steve Christmas sing, the more that he thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for too many years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. DarkDriven got a wonderful, evil idea.
I know just what to do.
DarkDriven laughed with his bait, and he made a quick Santa Claus helm and a plate, and he chuckled and clucked.
What a great evil trick. With this plate and this helm, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
DarkDriven looked around, but since Mo Creatures wasn't installed, there was none to be found. Did that stop DarkDriven?
No!
DarkDriven just said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called for his dog Stax, using a bone from the dead, and he tied it up to the top of his head. Then he loaded some chests and some old broken tracks on a rickety cart, and he hitched up old Stax. Then DarkDriven said,
Giddy up!
And the cart started down, towards the homes where the Steves lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Steves were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first house in the square,
This is stop number 1,
the old driven claws hissed.
It would be a shame if something happened to this.
Then he slid down the chimney, which was quite a given, but if Santa could do it, then so could DarkDriven. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Steve stockings were all hung in a row.
The stockings,
he grinned,
are the first things to go.
Then he slithered and slunk like the quietest creeper, taking all of the presents, but he had to go deeper. Diamonds, bows and arrows, fishing rods, maps, repeaters, obsidian, boots, and some hats. And he stuffed them in chests. Then DarkDriven so nimbly stuffed all the chests one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the kitchen. He took their whole feast. He took the whole cake. He took all the beef. He cleaned out the kitchen as quick as a swish. Why, DarkDriven, he took their last cooked up fish. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now,
grinned DarkDriven,
I will chop down the tree.
And DarkDriven grabbed his axe and he started to chop, when he heard a small sound like an egg-dropping pop. He turned around fast, and he saw a small Steve, who looked really dumb, not any more than 3. Then the last thing he took was the log for their furnace. Then he went up the chimney, feeling proud of his progress. On their walls he left nothing but hooks of tripwire, and the one speck of food that he did not grief was a crumb that was hardly comparable to beef. Then he did the same thing to the other Steve bases, leaving nothing but misery and sadness in their places. The moon had gone down, the houses ripped apart, all the Steves still abed, when he packed up his cart. Packed it up with their presents, the compass, the seeds, the flint and the iron, the leggings, the leads, 300 blocks up the side of Mountain Nether. He rode to go and let it all weather.
For them this sucks balls,
he was evilly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. The chat logs will stay empty for a minute or two. Then all the thieves down in Minecraft will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise,
DarkDriven,
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and DarkDriven put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound was not foreseen. It couldn't be so, but it was C418. He stared down at their town as he popped out his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a ghastly surprise. Every man down in Minecraft, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. DarkDriven, with his dark feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
How could it be so? It came without minecarts, it came without bows, it came without fishing rods, roses, or hoes.
And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then DarkDriven thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas,
he thought,
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Or not.